Celebrity splits and prenups.
The drama continues for New York Yankee star Alex Rodriguez and his soon-to-be ex, Cynthia, as he hires Shaquille O'Neal's divorce lawyer. New York papers reporting this all over the place. This report, Cynthia is on a $100,000 revenge spending spree in Paris. Meanwhile, Madonna continues to deny any romantic involvement with Rodriguez and that her own marriage is in trouble. Joining me now is family lawyer Andrew Feldstein, and it's good that you're here. Let's talk prenup. How legally binding are they? Can they be contested?
Well, first of all, they are legally binding. They're set out here in Ontario, and the Family Law Act says that people can enter into a marriage contract. Can they be contested? In my experience, a very high percentage of the times they will be contested. A lot of contracts are set up in a way that may be unfair and have not been drafted properly, and it gives an easy avenue for someone to attack the agreement at a later date.
Well, Cynthia Rodriguez saying she'll do just that. Alex Rodriguez, the highest paid player in baseball. When you look at his net worth and what could happen with this high-profile celebrity case, if you were his lawyer, how would you be advising him?
Well, when you have a marriage contract, at the very least at your initial position is going to be, there's a contract, it's legally binding, and we'll pay in accordance with the agreement. The other side, if you're acting for Mrs. Rodriguez, is going to attack the contract because why wouldn't she? Her worst day is going to be what the contract provides. So if she attacks a contract, she's putting herself in a better position for a settlement to at least get something over and above the contract.
And she is alleging an extramarital affair here with no one other than Madonna, the highest paid woman, if not performer, in show business. So some high stakes here. Madonna with her husband, Guy Ritchie, she's come out and said, listen, we're not splitting. But the New York papers reporting that Mr. Rodriguez has been seen going in and out of Madonna's place. You know the story. What are we dealing here with a woman who's worth more than McCartney, apparently, if she and her husband were to split?
Well, to begin with, the fact that Alex Rodriguez is with Madonna or any other woman in an Ontario court or in a Canadian court is totally irrelevant. You may be able to get your divorce faster here in Canada, but in terms of how the money plays out and who gets what, it's meaningless. You could cheat on your spouse 25 times. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. If Madonna were to separate from her husband, then she faces the same idea of whether she has a marriage contract or not, that her husband is now going to attack her for probably a division of property and for spousal support.
When some people even hear the word prenup, they think, oh, it's so unromantic, don't want to go there. But the reality is that 50% of our marriages, maybe more, end in divorce. What do you tell your clients?
Well, if they're coming to me, they've already thought about a prenup. You get two types of people who come to you for prenups. The first type is the one who's coming in thinking about a prenup but hasn't had the courage to say it to their spouse yet. And you have to have a very frank discussion with them and tell them, you better speak to your spouse before you even start the process with me, because don't start paying us to do things until your spouse is on side with the process. And you lose probably a good number of the people at that stage. The other types are, I've already spoken to my spouse, more so when it's a second marriage and they have children, they're on side and we need to work together to have this contract. And they know if there's no contract, no marriage.
There you go. Easy as that. Andrew Feldstein, thank you so much.
You're welcome.